Warning, 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 warning. This is an emergency broadcast. Code Red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the Podcast.
You are listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name is Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. 102 we are at.
102.
And we do not have a guest, of course. I can understand why. But though, we have something else.
We've got surprises.
We've got a surprise. It's a long time we've seen these come out.
Back to the old days, Uncle.
Back to these dollar stores, Steve.
I took a little trip down to our local dollar store.
Yeah, I see that. By your place or somewhere else?
It was by my place, yes. Very near my place. I just stopped right
now. By the time they're
now.
opening up the stores, about
doing,
these beers.
Doing my job, it's 202, not 102, Uncle, right?
It's 202.
Yeah.
Okay.
Episode 200.
I mean, 202.
My gosh, it's
202.
It's hard to remember we've done over 200 episodes.
202. Yeah, that's it.
Goodness gracious, have we done it?
You got it?
Yeah. You
got it in tech?
We've got it. Chuck just came in to clear that up so that we realized how far along we actually are.
I'm a little off because I'm saying the numbers right. It's just the 200.
We're all off.
We're
all off. Yeah, so we're live on Ocelli.com every Friday night. This is the same. If you want to call into the show, we'd love to have you. You can call in 319-527-5016. You can also Skype on in, charles.ocelli. And our producer, Chuck, will bring you on, charles.ocelli on Skype. Or phone number, 319-527-5016. Would love to speak with you tonight or any night. Live, Uncle. What do you think?
Very good. Now we're going to see if any ladies on the line.
Hey, that'd be nice.
I want to see if there's any ladies on the line for certain reasons.
For certain reasons. Exactly. Right. Certain. We won't name those reasons. We won't get explicit with them, but certain reasons. I mean, it's just nice to see.
I listen to ladies sometimes.
Sometimes. Not all the time. Sometimes you want to get away from them, too. I mean, we know that's the truth. Well, listeners to this show know that sometimes you got to get away from them, right?
They're downstairs right now talking now.
They are.
So that's the problem. That's okay.
Yeah, that's perfectly acceptable. Friday night practice.
Friday night practice to try and it's ladies' night on Friday.
Mm-hmm. It's everybody's night. It's a night to let loose. But, of course, we're back to our dollar store beer review. So why don't we just start this at the end of the show, Uncle?
Yeah, end of the show because...
let's just do it right now. Yeah.
Now?
Yeah, let's just do it now, and we can drink it, and that way it doesn't get too warm, and we can just enjoy it.
Go ahead, then.
We don't have anything else in particular to do, so let's start this dollar store beer review.
Let's start it.
Yeah, let's do that, but you know what? I find it interesting that I haven't heard anybody, including you guys, mention Friday the 13th.
Oh, yes, that's right. Friday the 13th.
Yes.
This is a spooky night.
Is it? Why?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Friday the 13th is Jason's out.
Well, yeah.
Don't you know that? Jason's out on Friday the 13th.
I did forget about that, but yes.
And it's your day except the 1 month.
It is my day.
So
I was born on Friday the 13th. So it's a special day for me. Yeah. And of course, the reason that Friday the 13th is maligned in the first place is that, the French king sent out for the killing of Knights Templar leader Jacques de Molay, Grand Master Jacques de Molay, was killed at the order of the King of France, and that's the reason why it has become to be known as unlucky, because of a knight. This was a knight, Uncle.
That got killed?
Yes.
When did this happen?
Oh gosh, what century was this? It was 13th or something. I don't know. It was quite a while ago.
I lost this fella. Didn't even know.
You didn't even know about that.
The Knights didn't even tell me. They didn't know probably either.
maybe not. You should bring it up.
I should bring it up.
Yeah, I made a Jacques Desmoulins joke on Twitter. I'm not sure if anybody got it. It was Jacques.
You got any fresher shows for the shout out for somebody, or is that still intact? Your shows.
On my show?
No, on the shows that you have. If you call this, you'd be called out for a shout out. Let me see if he knows. So
okay. We'll keep up with that. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Friday the 13th. I'm not scared. I'm not a knight, so I'm probably okay.
Hey, anybody won the Name That Tune lately?
That's the one I was saying.
Oh, Name That Tune.
Name
That's
the
it.
tune. That was what I was saying. Why haven't done that yet?
You know what? The most recent Name That Tune where I played the guitar on Instagram, nobody got the recent one. Yeah.
They didn't?
But the ones that are still yet to be named are always open. So if people want to check out our Instagram, @UnclePodcast.
That's what I was talking
Check out the little Marshall amplifier graphic. It's a video that will have me playing a song. And if you guess what that song is, and we'll give you a little shout out on here. So they did not get the last one, Uncle.
They didn't?
Yeah. But
That's
it's up
what
there.
I meant. That's what I meant.
So someone can check that out.
Also, Creative Accidents wants to ask, Uncle, do you, let's see, how come elevators don't have 13 on their floors? How come there's not a 13th floor on an elevator, Uncle? Do you know?
It's because they don't got that many feet.
It would be scary to have the 13th
It would
floor.
have the 13th. The 13th floor would be a little scary because it's like climbing the ladder. And if you step on the last step, you might have to know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that would be terrifying. The number 13 just generally is seen as unlucky, and certain esoteric scholars have posited the concept that it goes back to the idea of like sort of the lunar cult and the even the sort of focus on the feminine and the lunar calendar. The lunar calendar has 13 months in it. The calendar we use now has 12, and we're more patriarchal, focused on the male god, where the lunar cult would be worshiping a female god and be, doing the lunar calendar of 13 months. So the number 13 is associated with the moon and just generally with the feminine creative aspect. And being that we live under a patriarchy now, we are scared of such things. Uncle, is there anything to that, or is that a bunch of hogwash?
You're hogwashing.
It is?
When you talk about nights now, come back to nights for a moment. I am watching a night show.
Which one? Oh, the new sword show. You got a new sword show,
New
yes.
sword show, and it's about nights.
Got it.
So,
yeah, well, hey, you got to replace Resurrection Air to Growl now that you finished that.
yeah, and I can't find anyone. I mean, they are there, but not the like I.
Uncle, we're going to start this beer review.
Let's start the beer review.
Okay, so
Start doing something.
we have a dollar store beer here. It's just a regular old can. Came in a 6-pack, like any good can should. It's 355 milliliters. This fine ale comes from South Korea.
Ooh.
So,
Korea. That's those people that made this virus, correct?
I don't know. Maybe. But this is at least the second beer that we've gotten from South Korea. We've yet to get a North Korean beer. I can't wait till we do that. It's going to be a special day.
Can't even taste that. Going to taste like.
It tastes like espionage, or it tastes like nuclear war, potential nuclear threats and whatnot. That's what it will taste like. It'll be real scary. But I'm willing to just take the risk and drink that North Korean beer when it comes along. But this is a South Korean beer. We're happy to have it. This, I know I've seen this somewhere. This is, I want to say, like maybe even like the Budweiser of their country. It's Cass Fresh, CASS. Cass Fresh, Korea's #1 beer. It's a lager beer, 4.5% alcohol by volume. This is a can. We're going to share this can, Uncle. I'm going to pour some into a glass for you. I'm going to drink of what's left of the can. So here we go. But yeah, what do you think, Uncle, just from the looks of this, from the get-go?
It looks like one regular beer, on a regular-sized beer.
Okay, there we go. We have it. So we're gonna drink this beer here. See how it tastes. This is Cask Fresh Lager beer, Korea's #1 beer.
Is there any interesting artwork on the can, by the way, Aaron? I'm curious.
It's a blue can, white typography.
Yes, it looks funny.
It's got a kind of cool little graphic of a picture of beer on it. It's a nice little graphic on there of that. I kind of enjoy that. Pretty basic.
We'll put it on Instagram for you.
Yeah, we'll definitely take a picture. Yeah, their Creative Accidents dropped a picture of a can in the
he wants to see
chat there.
Oh, Creative Accidents beat me to it. I was going to get one. Okay, cool. There it is. Yep. Looks a little generic, and they do make it in bottles and stuff, just so people know. But cool. All right, excellent. So you're tasting the beer?
Yeah. So it's a lager beer, which I'm happy to drink one like that, and. Yeah, of course, we'll leave a picture of this. We'll take a picture of the can and put it on Instagram at Uncle Podcast once again.
We always will put an Instagram on any beer that we review. It will be on Instagram anyway for them all to see it. For they can all see it. So,
Uncle, any thoughts on the flavor of this? Is anything coming to mind as you taste this? What are you tasting?
Lacrosse.
Lacrosse, like the game?
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun game. It tastes like lacrosse.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it tastes like a pretty standard beer. It's like, it just tastes like a regular old.
I don't know, like those ones in the drafting room where you can take one and you be relaxed.
Yeah, you don't need a T-square to enjoy this beer.
But this is not like that kind of beer.
No, not at all.
I mean, you know how you go to a bar, right, and you get tap beer.
Mm-hmm. I do.
And it's more refreshing.
So you think this is kind of like a draft beer?
No,
it's not. It's clearly coming from a can. It's
coming
not
from a can.
This is not out of the tap.
No, not out of tap. That's what I'm saying. It's not out of tap, but
you can tell.
But you can tell the difference.
So can you kind of taste the can, or no?
What?
I'm thinking we do.
So you actually taste the can, not like it came from a can, but I taste can. Is what you're saying.
I think we might.
Okay.
I gotta say, this is not my favorite beer. It's not blowing me away.
So it's not going to be a high. I know
it's not going to go too very.
I can tell when he says that right off the bat. I know it's not going to be a high scoring on this guy.
Uncle, we've reviewed some very excellent beers. We've gotten some very good beers from the dollar store. I just gotta say that this is not up there with those.
It's
ones.
not up there with the ones that I'm used to tasting. I agree with you here on this one.
I am at a loss when it comes to describing this beer, other than it's just not great. I mean, it's a beer, fine. If it's a Friday night, I'm hanging out with Uncle, my friend, my family member. We're relaxing. We're getting away from the women. It'll do.
Away from them, and it's just this will do for right now. So it's something that we can just relax down, like Bubbly Bob says. You get one of these and you relax on it.
You do.
And that's his words. You actually relax on a beer.
You do.
I mean, because this is what he preaches about on his drinking, on his bar things.
Yeah, and speaking of bum wine, Bob, Uncle,
tomorrow night
we are going to be recording with Bob tomorrow night. So we're going to be on Bumming with Bobcat podcast very soon. It's not a live show, but we'll be recording tomorrow. So we'll give the link to that on unclethepodcast.com. We'll be on Twitter. We'll let you know. You're going to want to listen to our show with Bob.
And it's going to be his show. So
it will be his show.
It's not mine count, so
he's
just put it on for him.
And we'll definitely have him on for Uncle's New Year's Revolution, so he'll be back for that.
Yeah, I sort of miss that guy too.
Yeah,
I'd like to know what he's got in the bar bar room.
Oh yeah,
I call his place the bar room.
It's like that. It is.
Like, you know how Anna has the dance room? I call him the bar room. Got it?
Yeah.
Get it?
Yep.
See, now I'm putting things together in my talking in this operation here, so I can tell you right out what I'm thinking.
Yeah. May as well. Yeah. We don't have to worry about that. Yeah, so we'll be doing the Bumming with Bobcat show. It's going to be fun, and he'll be on the Revolution. We'll be drinking another dollar store beer that I got that I'm excited about. I saved it for Bob's show, so we'll be drinking that on there. That's going to be good. But for now, I mean, we got to deal with the task at hand, Uncle. We've got to review Cass Fresh.
This Cass Fresh, you want to give it a first or want me to give it?
I guess I will first. I'll just give it a 6. It's like, it's mediocre, whatever. It's okay.
1 under you.
5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Cass Fresh. Coming
Cass
in
Fresh,
low.
you doesn't get higher than a 5.
Wait a minute. Is that the lowest rating Uncle's ever given on a beer? That's the lowest rating I think I've ever heard him give on a beer. Aaron, am I right?
I can't remember a
I did
lower
a 2.
one. You've done a 2.
I did a 2. I actually
okay.
1.
Okay,
But
I
I
didn't know
forget
that.
which
It's
kind.
very rare. Very rare.
Very rare on that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Rare on that. It's very rare.
Yeah, so you know this isn't great when that's happening.
When I know there's a good taste of beer, and I can tell what the beers taste like,
Oh, yeah.
I could give them a good rating. I mean, because
They
very
deserve it.
tasting, they're verbal. But this one, I gotta give it a 5.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. Cass Fresh, not wonderful. But, Uncle, I'm excited.
You gave it a 6.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The thing is, I love lager beers when they're good. This just did not.
Beer
It
was
just
good.
wasn't that good.
It didn't impress. No. It didn't impress me. It didn't pull what you call the trigger.
Yeah.
On these kind of drinks.
I mean, I want it to be good. When I drink a lager, I want it to be good. This just doesn't live up to my expectations.
I can picture some. You today, thinking about this broadcast tonight, you were thinking, oh boy, we got a nice judge on the beer. We can just and I can think what you're thinking about this, thinking it would maybe be a good sized beer.
Sure.
You're thinking it would be a delicious beer, but you never know.
Yeah. Well, I saw it there on the shelf. It was something new, something I hadn't had before. I'm like, well, it's new, it's different. We got to get it for Uncle the Broadcaster. We got to review it. So I did. I mean, good, bad, or ugly. If it's a new beer on the shelf at the dollar store, we got to get it.
We if we haven't tasted it or we haven't seen it, you can welcome to take that for my broadcast. But because of the ones that have been there, we've already tested. Remember.
Now I am really excited about the beer we're going to be drinking on Bob's show. I
usually sneak in the refrigerator to see what there is, but
have you seen it?
I haven't noticed.
Oh,
I've seen some kind of beer, but I didn't know.
It's in there.
See it. It's not the bottle beer.
It's a large can. It's one of those large 16-ounce cans. First of all,
can. Oh
yeah.
Oh yeah. I saw some kind of big can.
It's a bigger can.
About that size.
It's not quite this big. This is a 22-ounce can, so it's in between the two. But more importantly than that, it's a Belgian beer. I've never gotten a Belgian beer from the dollar store.
I have a feeling that might be a high score from the taste of this beer. But beer to me is beer. Look, how can you? I'm trying to think of something. Just a moment. How can you judge on a beer if you can taste the same taste? This is what gets to me. I don't understand. Of course, I haven't been drinking much more lately. Yeah. So this.
Now, somebody in the chat room, it's Creative Accidents.
What do you have to say?
He's bringing to our attention that Cass Fresh is endorsed by Gordon Ramsay. They get him to do commercials in South Korea for this beer.
Ramsay, ball player?
No, he's the British chef who's on reality TV here in the United States. Oh. He's the guy that comes into people's restaurants and yells at them about how bad they're running the restaurant.
That's right.
He's that guy.
Him. Yeah.
So he endorses this beer, which I gotta say, I mean, really, he should be endorsing Height because we did Height.
This is not a test good beer for him to test this. No. I don't see where he sees that it's good.
I don't know what he's thinking.
I put 5 on it, and I'm surprised if he had a test on this thing. I bet you he'll raise it.
Because I'm remembering.
I mean, this be ridiculous now.
Yeah.
See, but is that because he's getting paid? Is that just
excess? Yeah. Understand excess? in the chat room.
Excess in the chat room.
This is what I'm telling you, chat room. I'm telling you that this beer is not
good.
what you think it is.
It's not. Don't listen to Gordon Ramsay. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Right.
He does not know.
No.
And is it due to him being paid? I think it must be.
Yeah, well, it's something that he needs to get paid with. And this has to get him some push.
I hope he's making money on it at least.
Well, he's going to be doing something to get something out of money.
Yeah, but remember, Uncle, we reviewed Height, H-I-T-E.
Height was even better than this.
Height was very good.
Oh, yeah.
Height was good.
I got it up to, I don't know what I rated it
that
to.
Was Korean.
But that was tasted
that was good.
A little higher than this one.
That was good. And I like the design of the can better, I have to say, too.
Yeah, the design of the can's nice.
That's about it. I don't know. We reviewed that a while back, but I do remember that being good.
I've hit over 10 regular beers tested since you brought them in.
Yeah.
We've tested almost every single one of those.
Oh, they're good.
And we've had some high and low and medium size.
We've been all over the map with these beers,
These beers, trying to figure out what the taste of it is.
Sometimes you get a really good one. I have high hopes for this Belgian beer, Uncle.
We get 10s on some of them. I've always liked those beers, these kind of beers that have out of the United States beers.
Yeah.
I usually rate them high.
They can be very good.
Yeah.
And the ones from the different countries of Asia tend to be interesting, and some of them are excellent. I do really love some of them, but this one just doesn't hit the mark. But yeah, Belgium is renowned for...
Belgium, and the one beer that you said you went to, when you went to Belgium.
I was in Belgium, yes.
And that one, I gave a high amount. I know I gave a high.
It's the best beer I've ever had was in Belgium.
That was, I think, a 10. I think I had to give him a 10.
Belgian beer is
I gave it a 10.
Amazing.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
If I ever went to Belgium, I would have.
So hopefully the stuff that's made its way to the dollar store here in Riverside, California, coming from Belgium originally, is as good as the rest.
Start looking for them if you know. So I just...
I already have it. I already have it, Uncle. I have it ready to go for Bob's show tomorrow night.
You have one?
The Belgian beer is what we're going to drink with Bob tomorrow. I'm giving a little preview for people. That's what we're going to be having. Yes.
That might be a high one for me.
I'm thinking it's going to be good. I have high hopes. But we don't know till we have it. Yeah, you can drink on the train. That's right, Creative Accidents. And I did.
Accents, yeah.
And there's a photo of me on, again, the Instagram at Uncle Podcast, photo of me on the train enjoying a fine Belgian beer, sacrilegiously out of the can, like the American scum that I am. I was just drinking right out of the can on the train, but I was happy to do it.
No, they were saying you need a glass.
You're supposed to.
I know those people would tell you, drop that can, pour it in a glass, and drink them out of the glass.
You have to drink it out of the glass, sir.
That's like saying, never mind. Never mind that. I'm drinking the can.
Hey.
And you'd be absolutely...
I'm not from Belgium, okay? I'm not from around those parts.
Belgian, but I'm just saying those people think that way.
Yes, they certainly do. They do. Yeah, you have to drink it out of that little goblet-style glass, like you're Jacques Desmoulins yourself.
I like the drop glasses myself. A little bit of drop glasses.
I like
how they do like the Cowboys.
I love drinking a shot of liquor out of a shot glass. Those one of my
favorite glasses. Those drop glasses.
It's coming to be my favorite drink as my age continues to grow. Yes, I'm coming to really enjoy the liquors, just straight liquors. I do really love them, and superior to beers in many ways, really.
Hey, along that lines, I have a suggestion, and for the revolution.
Here we go.
Yes.
Now, I have this interesting bottle of Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey.
Okay.
All right, and I would love it if I don't know. Maybe it's you got to check it out. It might have a little too much sugar. Maybe we could sneak Uncle a shot, anyways. Yeah. But anyway, I would love to toast the midnight on the East Coast with you guys drinking the same thing. If you can get yourself a little bottle of it,
Tennessee honey?
Yeah.
Tennessee honey?
Jack Daniels Tennessee honey.
Okay.
I'm sure they got it somewhere.
Yeah, like I'm sure Creative Accidents will come up with a picture of it real quick, but if you could
need to know what it looks like.
Probably just a trip to the grocery store. I'll see it. I'm assuming. It should be there.
They sell Jack Daniels in the grocery store where you were?
Yeah.
Some do. Yeah, they do.
They do.
Some do. They do. Yeah.
It's
in a certain aisle though. They got them in a certain aisle. You have to go to a certain aisle.
This is the promised land of California, Chuck, where we have things like fine liquors just in the regular old supermarket. It's really cool. A far cry from central Pennsylvania, that's for certain.
But at least in Pennsylvania you can get beer at a gas station. Now they don't allow that in New Jersey.
No, you can't. You have to go to a beer distributor.
No,
that's the thing with Pennsylvania. You have to go to a special outlet to buy any kind of alcohol. It's very difficult.
Is it new?
That's why I had to go to the. Oh, okay, I remember having.
Does
to
this
go
bring back a memory now?
Yeah, because I remember I'm in Pennsylvania. We can't get beer, and we had to go to this giant warehouse where the only way to go in, you go into a freezer that's like, I don't even know how to describe it, like whole huge open building size freezer. And that's where I had what they called American beer. And I've never seen it anywhere else. It was pretty good, but it was cheap. Like, other beers at the time. Oh, man, it was amazing. And, of course, Creative Accidents has the picture of the Jack Daniels now in the chat room. No, but American beer, which had this mostly white can, and it was cheap, like $6 a case. Now this is the 90s, mind you, but still $6 a case. So we loaded up like, a car with it. And, what are you going to do when you got like a couple of bands? And so 10, 15 guys all need what? At least a case apiece. And that's, just lunch. So
especially a band. Especially your fun band. Your fun band would go crazy.
Got to be drinking. And yet, Chuck, what you're describing, the place you're describing is what we call a beer distributor in Pennsylvania. Okay. You have to, it's a certain place you go to buy beer. You can't buy it at a carryout. You can't buy it at the grocery store. You go to the beer distributor, and there's only certain amounts of like liquor licenses. They got to get the special liquor license to run the place. And even with restaurants, liquor licenses are very costly and difficult to come by. Then you have to buy one from somebody who already has one. So that's just how things are there.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid and first left Jersey, I was amazed by the idea that there was beer in a grocery store anywhere because there are none in Jersey. And when I went up to upstate New York, here's another weird thing that came along with this memory because it was within a month of each other. You couldn't buy beer at the liquor store, and you also couldn't buy it at the convenience store. So what a guy did is created the inconvenience store, and all he sold was beer. That's it. And I was like, this is really weird because there were literally 3 buildings, like, in the same parking lot. And the one guy's got the inconvenience store that has the beer, but every other place, like no liquor store beer. I'm like, how do you not have beer at a liquor store? But for some reason, laws, liquor licenses all conspired together to create this, like 3 little storefronts, one next to the other, and with the 3 different circumstances, like right there. It was hilarious. It was near, like Ithaca, I think, New York somewhere.
Got it.
Weird stuff.
Sure.
But anyway. No, but this is great. But Creative Accidents, do you see that picture yet, Aaron, of the bottle?
I do. It looks good. It looks tasty. Yeah. Looks like something I'd like to give a shot of. Yeah, so I'm sure we'll be able to find it. Okay. I'm guessing, all Jack Daniels stuff is pretty easy to come by. Store. I'll bet it is.
Bet it's in the grocery
store. My favorite stuff is Gentleman Jack, as I've discussed with Bumwine Bob more than once. But the fact is, I just want us to have actually the same shot. Just that one time. Because every time we've done this where there's been some drinking on the air, I never have what you guys have with me. And so I was thinking for the revolution anyway, let's sync it up so that we all got that. We all took a shot of Tennessee honey right at midnight. How's that?
That sounds good to me. We'll do that. I have another drink idea that I'm going to save as a surprise for the Revolution.
Nice.
Uncle, today I was working on Uncle's New Year's Revolution, getting the graphics ready and whatnot.
I knew he would. I knew he was doing something.
I was working on that. It was fun.
We have what was I going to say?
The Revolution?
No.
Beer? Alcohol?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You were talking about from New York, right?
Yep.
And there is a beer in New York that I had before. Genesee.
Oh, yes.
That is, I'm telling you something. You ever want to taste a beer,
Mm-hmm.
you should try that one. That Genesee beer, they have the green one that's foam, and the other one's regular. But they had two kinds, and those were the two kinds.
I know Genesee. Yeah,
those-
we had a Genesee beer from the dollar store, did we not? I feel like we did, or was
we
that?
didn't.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
It
We
might
had
have something that
another
looked like
one
it.
from the area. We had another one from, I want to say, Western New York that claimed to be the first beer that was brewed after Prohibition. I can't remember the name of it now, but that was a good beer.
Because my ex-wife, her father always drank some.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she said, "Here, have a drink." He always offered me a drink for those beers. So
Yeah, there's
they
some-
were always in the fridge.
There's some good beers that
So-
come out of that area of New York, the Western New York upstate. There's some pretty good ones they make up there.
Albany.
Yeah, Albany, that whole area. Yeah. That's kind of like where my mom is from originally, is out in the country part of New York. We're not talking New York City.
That's Albany.
Oof,
That's
boy,
Albany where she's from then.
it gets rugged.
That's where she's from.
Yeah.
That's Albany. Because I know that area now.
Yeah.
I know that pretty good area. Because when I went up there to visit, we had a neighbor there talking, and I had the father talking.
Yeah.
And her. Well, she knew the area.
Yeah, New York State is very interesting when you go outside. I mean, of course, New York City is interesting, but the state just
The
at
state.
large,
It's
is,
like a country.
it kind of, yeah.
It has a country sound.
Well, it's
Albany.
it's
I mean, it's not like the city, of course. No.
it's like the whole of the Northeast is densely forested.
Right. And that's what it was like.
Yeah.
And there was deers all over the place.
Oh, yes.
You look for a deer, you can find one.
Have you made it up to New England, Uncle? Have you been up to New England ever?
No.
Oh
no,
man,
not Boston.
I love it there. The state of Maine is like so cool. I went there when I was still in my teenage years, but I've got fond memories of going there. I would not mind living there up in New England. It's the winters are difficult, but man, it's very beautiful there.
On top of that, talk about snow.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Killer.
Never
Killer.
had a snow done to see a snow thing until I went up there. There, fine. Of course, it was summer then.
Yes.
I think it was summer that time I went.
Summers are very nice.
I mean, but it wasn't a winter.
You know when it's
wasn't
winter.
winter,
You
but
know
it-
when it's winter
But
there.
it wasn't winter then. It was the summertime. I think I went.
Living
Yeah,
up
it
with,
was the
that's
summertime.
where the moose roam, Uncle.
Yeah, moose
moose
was
live
there.
up there.
Moose, and they had some kind of other kind of people talk too. They had buildings of moon lodge.
The Moon Lodge.
Moon lodge. There was
The
a bunch
Moose
of moon
Lodge. Moose Lodge,
Moose
yes.
lodge was up
Another fraternal
there.
organization.
Organization.
Moose
Yeah,
Lodge.
yeah.
Uncle, there's a Moose Lodge in Landers.
I saw that.
That's like one of the only things in the quote unquote downtown area of Landers, which is laughable. There's no really such thing as a downtown, but there's a Moose Lodge.
We can
There's
go
a
to
post office.
We can go to a moose lodge when we get up there.
You
When
could.
we get a chance to get up there.
You could.
We go up there and
Don't
You
you
could
have
do
to
that.
be a moose to go to the Moose Lodge, or you can
there you go. to the moose
you
lodge.
got to join and get the hat, right? I mean, it's kind of like the
Uh-huh.
Flintstones, the water buffalo, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was a play on that. Yes.
Yeah,
Barney
that's-
and Fred were members of it. Yes.
Right. You know, and another thing I think you were mentioning deer and all these wild animals. Uncle, I know you lived in that area, so did you ever go to the Pine Lands in Jersey? Well, they call it the Pine Lands because loaded with pine trees. There's just pine trees all over the place. It's like, you see it snow there. It's like Christmas trees everywhere with snow on it,
So I've seen some pine trees.
Nice.
I've seen areas like that.
Coniferous forest, Uncle.
Areas. And,
that's a whole other thing.
In fact, another one up where I come from Florida, the Middleburg had a spot.
With the Moose Lodge.
Like you mentioned.
With pines.
With pines.
Okay.
Walk through
in
that,
Florida.
like,
Sure.
Florida they had them.
Well, yeah, all across the East Coast, definitely a lot of. I mean, everywhere. In the West Coast, there's lots of conifer forests and whatnot. So, of course, the world's largest trees are conifers. The giant sequoia and the redwood trees are conifers. So,
they're love to go on those.
Yeah.
Flying up in the air.
I mean, wouldn't you like to be a bird in a giant pine tree of some kind? That'd be fun. I'd do it.
Yeah.
Make a nest up there. Be living large.
Right. Who's that? Somebody's coming in.
No, I think we're okay. I don't hear anything. If I don't hear it, it's not there. That's my philosophy on it. But yeah, all sorts of interesting areas of the country. We're dancing all over the map here tonight, Uncle. We're talking about New England. We're talking about New York. Talking about California, of course, as usual.
Door opening up.
There's nobody there, Uncle. Don't get to. We're having distraction because clearly a ghost is opening the door. The door is opening of its own, so it has to be a ghost.
The ghost of a former Moose Lodge member who has come to explain it all to you.
Uncle, that's a competing secret society to the Knights of Columbus, perhaps.
It could be, but I don't talk much about them though. Not them about them things. Now what's he playing with the door now?
Yeah. He's playing with the door. I always love this because it's live. So, if he was just doing a podcast, he would cut this out. It's beautiful. It's like, nope, you ain't doing it. Like the night you guys had the earthquake. That was...
that was a great report there.
Yes.
That was exciting. We had an earthquake happen while we recorded.
That was one. I do remember. What number was that?
That was a good show. I can't remember what number, but that was fun.
The heck's opening doors.
Oh, God. Okay, I see what's going on. Let's just, Uncle, the only way to deal with this is to pay it no mind. And if you don't see it, it's not there, okay?
I almost thought it was butt smacking again, because speaking of the revolution, I know that's going to get a reaction in the chat room. They love that. Because everybody's like, what does that mean when we got that phone call? Between that and Baby New Year that year, it was pretty strange, man. It was a good time. And this is the time to promote it, Uncle.
Talking about that, Chuck.
Mm-hmm. That's just
New
Year's.
To another conclusion about that baby. And that baby caught me all night trying to figure out who he was. And then he was actually talking away.
Yeah. We're told that the
years
earthquake episode was number 142. So if you want to see or listen to a show of us during an earthquake, it's Uncle the Podcast number 142. Go back and listen to it. It's worth a listen.
Yeah,
the chat room knows what number it was.
Well, big ups to Creative Accidents. He's like super fan extraordinaire.
I know.
Tell him, oh, well, there might have been a time when Uncle did an impression of Chuck, and Creative Accidents is like, yeah, it was episode number whatever, and here's where it was, and here's the timestamp. And it's like, whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Thinking now I know who to talk. I know who to talk to about all these things.
Yeah, that's the guy to ask. Sidekick don't know nothing. You go ask Creative Accidents, he'll tell you.
Accidents. What else? When's the next one?
Yeah, but things get crazy on New Year's. They're going to get crazy again surely this year on Uncle's New Year's Revolution. Do listen, New Year's Eve. It starts at 11 p.m. or 11 p.m. Eastern.
Eastern time.
It's 8 p.m. Pacific is the start time.
Time for us.
Goes 4 hours.
4 hours. Be 11 by this time. They get it.
We want you to call in and join. Yeah.
I know I get over 100 audience, 100 people more on that.
Yeah.
Being on that because they come out and they'll even call you. Now, when they have the cell phones out here, we'll have to.
The callers are a big part of the show. As you can see, we're referencing a call here with the butt smacking. It was, of course, Melissa in St. Pete, Florida, who called in with that adventure, which really made everybody's night.
That was last year.
That was, I think,
before.
I think that was 2 years ago now. I think.
Oh.
I don't think it was last year. I think it was 2 years ago. Gosh, it's hard to remember.
We had one in the room. It was that one.
Maybe it was last year. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm guessing she'll call back in, so we'll see how things are going there in St. Pete. And we want you to call in, too.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. Got some special... Oh, it was last year. Okay, that was last year. Nice. So you can go back and listen to last year's show. It's still up. You can watch the YouTube video on Uncle's YouTube channel.
They're all up there now. Everything has been all on. So from this one, of course not. But after this one, everybody else will have it up.
The production is going to be a little better this year, Uncle. I try to improve things every year, so there's going to be different things. I got a nice camera that's going to be coming in. The graphics are going to be good. We've got some fun stuff planned.
We're going to have one without no alcohol. That's still
no, that's not going to be true at all. We're definitely going to have alcohol.
No, I meant there was one that you said something about one.
Well, no, there's going to be plenty of alcohol. We're going to be drinking it. We're going to have special drinks that are going to be part of the show. Calls, of course. Special, interesting little performance pieces. We'll have guests coming in. We'll have Bumline Bob show up, surely, and he'll have some special drink that he has. We'll have several special drinks ourselves. This honey jack thing, the jumpin' jack flash with honey in it, we're going to be drinking with Chuck. Special music. It's going to be a real festival of entertainment.
Also had those other ones that didn't have any there. I remember that were back in Orange when I was drinking them.
You're talking about for New Year's?
No, when I was in Orange, I had them.
You're talking about drinks now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about the drinks.
We're talking about dollar store beers now?
Yeah.
We'll probably be drinking a dollar store something or other.
I'd like to see you get them newer ones that they're coming back with. I have a feeling the dollar stores are trying to rebound.
They're trying to come back, because of the COVID shutdowns? They're trying to come back?
They're trying to come back, right, because of the COVID.
When I was in there, they seem to be doing just as well as they always do. I don't think people are... I think they're shopping there as much as ever, really, honestly. From what I can tell. I don't know. The dollar store is always an interesting experience. I don't know. It's
You just look at a beer and you think, did we have it before? Did we have it before? We just got to keep thinking to our minds, did we have it before? I know that's what a sidekick is doing when he goes looking for one. That's exactly what he says.
Now, they're referencing in the chat room the pine needle syrup that we made with Bob.
That was what you made. I remember.
Yes, I made that.
I remember that.
That was very good.
Yeah, you made that. Or did they make that?
No, I made that to drink with Bumline Bob, and I used it as a mixer. It was an excellent mixer. Very good. Very good.
That was right.
You can do pine needle teas with pine needles, and you can use that same tea and just make a simple syrup with it. And then that makes a really good mixer for drinks. It's really delicious.
You want to get back with that tea man, too.
Yes. I think it's Chris of the Path of Tea in Houston there. Again, Creative Accidents friend. Yeah. Right. So, we'll have to have him back. We'll invite him on to the Revolution. Everybody that we had on the show this year, I'm going to get a hold of and be like, hey, come on the show if you can for New Year's. So we'll get a hold of him. Creative Accident says he will call. That's good to know. So good. He should be there. That'll be good. And then there's talk of eggnog. I've been thinking about a particular eggnog because, Uncle, we've been kind of excited about quail eggs lately.
Oh, yeah. I even had a quail egg recently, but we'll have to go. We got a lady go to an egg store down the street. And she's got egg quails. These egg quails, egg are good. I mean, they're better than a regular egg.
Even better, yeah. High in protein.
I think they are. They got more protein.
Very good.
And I need what they say now. I need more protein. So.
Yeah. So thinking about making a homemade eggnog with quail eggs that we buy from down the street. So we might be doing that.
Well, then we got to get a couple of them then.
Yeah.
Because they're like
they're not too big.
Pack.
Yeah.
So you got to have to get at least 2 or 3.
Maybe 1 or 2 packs of them.
1 or 2 packs of them.
Mm-hmm.
But to do what you have to do with them. I mean, for a drink.
Yeah.
You know, because you're gonna.
I've looked online, and yes, you can make your own eggnog out of quail eggs. So I'm in the spirit, this very same spirit that we made our pine needle syrup. I'm very happy to make quail egg eggnog and make some sort of weird mixed drink with it. Could be good.
That for some reason.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking if we have Bob. Or when we have Bob on the New Year's show, we can drink the eggnog drink, and he can drink whatever it is he brings to the table, which who knows, will be something interesting.
Now, he's got a lot of stuff on his bar. I mean, I know he can look through his bar tab and see in his desert.
It's an extensive tab, yes.
Down bottom.
Yep.
And pick out one.
Just stop by the Landers Moose Lodge.
Yeah,
they'll know where to find us. Yeah. They'll have they also have on hand Bumwine Bob's beer tab. They have his tab, so they know what he's been drinking.
They do?
Oh yeah, those Landers Moose Lodge members, they really have their ear to the ground, and they have special connections, so to speak. Not unlike the Freemasons. They're giving the Freemasons a run for their money.
Freemasons, we don't like the Freemasons.
I know that,
like
yes.
Over them.
Yes, we know that
We do not. We don't even.
The feud between the Knights of Columbus and the Freemasons, always something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, those things.
Uncle knows all about it.
We're not going to have a fight over that, but something might show up. You never know.
Yeah, I know it. Jacques de Molay, we need to get him, Uncle. That's what I say. I think I've been told that the Freemasons like that guy, so maybe we should not celebrate today, Friday the 13th, in the manner of a Freemason. We should do it in some contrarian fashion.
Do another way.
And I was doing that anyway, since, I mean, heck, I was born on this day, so it's lucky for me. It's not unlucky, it's lucky, all right? Take that, Freemasons.
For your sake, it was lucky.
Yeah.
You're born. I understand.
Take that.
What do you want? Oh, this guy want to talk.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah. You got the backup man.
We've got the backup man here, who is going to. My son is the one playing tricks here. That's what's a little bit of the distraction. Who's been opening the door. He is going to be helping out on the New Year's Revolution. So maybe, yes, you're going. Do you want to come on the mic and talk about that at all? Do you?
Want to talk? Yeah.
Yeah, you can come on the mic for a second. Come on the mic.
We are live.
So here is the microphone. So, do you want to say hello?
Hello.
This is my son.
My name is Rowan.
Yes. Okay, now, you're going to help me out on Uncle's New Year's Revolution?
Yeah.
Do you know what you're going to do?
I forgot.
You get to run the little computer thing. You get to press buttons on the computer while Uncle and I are jumping around acting like goofballs. Does that sound like fun or what?
Yeah. You get to doing your, you're playing the guitar.
Yes, that's the idea. I'll play guitar. Uncle will be doing something. I'm not quite sure what that even is going to be. But your job is going to be, you're like the director in the studio. Do you think you can do that?
Yeah.
I'm excited. I know you can. It's going to be a lot like you going to school now with, I mean, you go to school on the computer, so it's going to be the same thing.
You should know how to run it.
Is there anything else you want to say on the podcast here?
No, I don't have anything else.
Okay.
Maybe Rowan wants to give a shout out because we're just about at that point.
Do you want to give a shout out here?
Okay.
To who? Who is there anybody you want to say hello to now that we're on the radio show? Would you like to say hello to anybody? You don't have to. You don't have. Say hello to the cat, maybe.
Oh, who's the cat?
Our cat. Say hello to our cat.
Siggy?
Yeah.
Oh, Siggy.
Okay, there we go. It's a good shout out. Okay. All right. Thank you, Ron. So there we go. There he is. He's going to be there for the revolution. Okay. So that was a special treat there for listeners. Ron's not been on the show.
That was.
Oh yeah, we got to move the microphone back to you. I forgot about that.
That was his son.
Mm-hmm. So he will be there at the start of the show. I need someone there running the boards, and I know that he'll be able to do it. So he'll be in charge of that.
He can do it because I can't even play with these things. Never me knowing how to figure what to do.
Uncle, you're the talent, okay? You're the talent.
I can do the talent stuff. I can't do those other things.
No. We would not expect that. You've got a whole other job there. You got a whole other job. So there we go. Uncle, we're at the end of the show. Do you got any shout outs before we go? We got a shout out before we leave here.
One to the show.
Yeah, give it. Yeah, let's hear some shout outs.
Okay, we got what was that guy's name?
From where? What does he do?
He was an orange. What's his name? I meant to.
What's he
out last week? I forgot his name.
What's he doing, Orange?
Seth?
Is he a business owner? Seth the poet?
Seb.
Seth, yeah, we'll give a shout out to Seth the poet
and
here.
Poet and the other one across the street that we used to live by.
Oh, you're talking about Marshall.
Marshall.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Shout out to you, Marshall. I haven't had much to say about how he's doing.
Yeah.
And I sort of shout out to him because I know he listens to me.
No,
He listens to mine.
He does, yeah.
So
Shout out to him.
And the regular people, they are.
Regular people. We shout out to you. I'll shout out to, I guess, Pierce Redmond, because I did a show with him for the bonus podcast feed on Patreon. You'll be posting that soon. And shout out to Bumwine Bob again. Going to be doing a show with him tomorrow night, so look out for that. The Bumming with Bobcat podcast. Always fun. That's going to be a good time. So look for those shows. And, of course, Uncle's New Year's Revolution is on the way. Be sure that you tune in that night. Watch the live stream video on Uncle's YouTube channel. Listen to the live stream audio and join the chat room here at Ocelli.com. That's going to be a lot of fun. And we hope that you'll call in and join us, too, that night, if you would be so kind. But certainly tune in and listen/watch, because it's going to be a good time. There's not going to be anything better going on that night. I can guarantee you that.
No?
I doubt it, Uncle. I doubt it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, everything, it's already going to be a cutback on Thanksgiving because it's COVID.
Oh, yeah.
And I bet you'll be the same way at Christmas.
Could be.
But we can mirror it.
We got to make things interesting. So that's what we're doing. We're working on it. We're live streaming our way to something interesting. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
So, Uncle's New Year's Revolution, New Year's Eve, Ocelli.com. Uncle, the podcast is the website for this show. Yeah. Pick up the podcast, share it around, write a review on Twitter and Instagram at Uncle Podcast. Do follow, play the Name That Tune game. Tweet to Uncle, and he will tweet back to you.
Yeah.
You're going to have some fun tweeting.
And I'll tweet back.
Absolutely. It's worthwhile endeavor. Uncle, bring us home tonight.
It's the show.